All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday. I'm so excited to be here and to tune in with all of you. My name is Ashley Castro. And for those of you that I haven't had the privilege of meeting, I live here. I'm in San Diego. Maybe drop in the comments where you're at. I love getting like a geographical location. So maybe in the chat, let us know where you're at and who invited you here, how you found yourself in this Zoom room with me and all these beautiful people. Sunday, May 3rd. Beautiful. I'm really excited to be tuning in with everybody right now. We're really living in some extremely unprecedented times, and there's a lot of people who are, in this experience of feeling a lot of like there's a lot of unknown going on, and a lot of people who are feeling really displaced right now. I've been talking to so many people over this past month who have lost their income or have had to close down, their businesses or, pivot and reshift. So I'm also curious to know, and, you can share here in the comments, if has your income been impacted, over the past 2 months? And how has that looked for you? If so, maybe, let us know here. I am just absolutely blown away by what's going on with the record amount of unemployment right now. And I feel truly honored and blessed to be able to provide some solutions for people during these times. 4 years ago, actually 5 years ago, I was looking for a way to better my life, to empower myself, to divest from some of the normal ways of doing business. Some of the ways that I saw that were really destructive to people, really destructive to the planet. And I started seeking out ways. I've always been an entrepreneur. I had my own business before, joining in with this community and mission. And when this came across my radar, I really saw something special going on here. And, I'm going to save my story for later, but I'm just really proud to say that 4 years later, I feel honored to be a leader in this company, in this community. And it is just such a feel to share a little bit of this with you guys. A couple weeks ago, when all the stuff went down, I made a commitment that every single Sunday I was going to hop on a Zoom and share with people what our company has to offer, because I really feel that we have so many amazing solutions right now, that people are really actively seeking. We, as a company, as a community, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it is Purium. In case you're like, wait, what is this again? As a company and as a community, we have been committed to providing people with solutions to some of the unnecessary suffering that is on this planet. Things like the fact that there are food deserts in this country, the fact that the distribution of wealth is so backwards that so many people have to make decisions between organic food or paying their rent. So we have really been, Dave and Amy on the forefront for the past 30 years, really leading this mission of like, we need to start taking care of the planet and we need to start taking care of people, or we're gonna just burn out. Like we need to start taking care of our resources, and our bodies, one of our most precious resources. So they are very passionate about providing people with organic, whole foods, real foods, providing people with solutions like things like glyphosate and detoxing from these known carcinogens, and providing us with solutions to so many things. I'm not going to get into products right now. We've got a ton of products, but we're really committed to practices that are going to heal the people, heal the planet. And in addition to that, one of the things that's going on the planet right now is the amount of financial aspect. Financial illness is a real thing, and so many people are plagued by that in their life. I mean, raise your hand if you've ever felt like stress around money, right? I just have to say, there's enough money to go around, right? They're just like printing that stuff in a thin air. There's enough resources to go around. And as a company and as a community, we see that, and we are about getting in there and taking a hold of some of these resources so that we can actually use them in a way that's going to benefit the planet, so that we can go and like outbid Monsanto on some farmland and reclaim it for organic farming. So that's what we're all about. That's our mission and our vision. And we are all about supporting people to break out of the 9 to 5, to break out of ways of using your time and energy that is might be soul sucking, that might not be serving your highest good, your highest purpose, your highest potential, and support people with a way to like fuel your dreams, to fuel your missions, to fuel your vision. So woohoo, it's really special what Dave and Amy have provided people in terms of access to these really amazing products, which they've been doing for 30 years. And then, you know, about 7-8 years ago, they shifted into this direct sales business model. They're like, how can we remove the middleman? Like, we don't want to put our stuff on Amazon. We don't want to put our stuff up in Whole Foods. Like, Lord knows they don't need any more money. So if you're going to start your own business, one of the smartest ways you can distribute your product is say, let's let real people who love this share it. And that's what Dave and Amy have provided people with the opportunity to do. And so I'm really excited to share with you guys a little bit more about what that looks like. But first, I wanted to get into just like a little bit of story time here with y'all, and invite someone to share who is a dear friend and brother of mine that when I first joined this company, I'm just going to tell you guys a little quick story here about my brother Robin Tala. When I first joined this company, my family, we were running our Etsy shop. We like had our own thing going on, and we were pretty burnt out being solo entrepreneurs. And we had 2 kids under the age of 2. And we were really looking for like, how can we start making money while we sleep? How can we start making passive income? That's what we need. And 6 months into our experience with Purium, we were making kind of like deciding if we were going to close our Etsy shop and fully dive in with this, like just go for it and see what would happen. So everyone's like, come to an event, come to an event. You got to meet everybody and come to an event. So we go to an event, we get our whole family from California out to Florida, which was like a huge decision. That's a whole other story. We go to this event and there's a fancy dinner party and like a dance and all this fun stuff. And Robin Tala, who I'd only connected with via these, you know, like Zooms and different stuff, comes over to Oscar and I'm going to like get teary because it's so special. He comes over to Oscar and I was like, hey, do you want me to like watch your girls for you? Like our 2 little girls who are like under the age of 2. Do you want me to like hang out with them so you guys can like, you know, like go dance or hang out? And I was just like, like this is the community we've been looking for. Like this is the community that we've been seeking, and to not be alone in our endeavors and like alone in our mission to like change the world on our solo entrepreneur mission. So all that being said, Robin, Tala, I love you so much. Thank you. That was really impactful for me. And since then, Tala and I have worked really closely together. We've got just like a great, you know, a great little healthy competition going on, and like who can change the world and save the world faster. No, I'm just kidding. But really, we're like fueled up on this mission. So Tala, I would love to invite you just to come and share your story with us and how you got plugged into this and what that experience has been like for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ashley. It's amazing what one simple act of kindness can do to impact people and the world, and how it spreads and ripples, right? And that's one of the things that I really love about what we're doing here. You heard it in the story that Ashley mentioned, and actually the kindness was Ashley actually sharing her kids with me, because I got to play with them and have a lot of joy in that moment. And I know that I want to have some amazing kids someday. So in the meantime, I really appreciate my village lending me their children so I can have fun with them. But what's up, y'all? My name is Tala. I'm here in Northern California right now. Sun is shining. It's beautiful. We're, of course, in a really strange moment in our world. I've been remarking how, like, wow, this is the first time in my adult life that I don't have, like, a next trip planned of like where I'm going next. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Time to get into those routines, right? Like the ones that I'm always like, oh, I'll do that when I get back from my next trip. So it's an interesting time to be alive. And I'm really so grateful for this community, this movement disguised as a superfoods company that we're a part of. Dave and Amy, the owners of this company, are close personal friends of mine. They're wonderful people. They were all on the forefront of the organic movement to make organic foods, to make the organic label, to provide living foods to people, to battle Monsanto from the very beginning. And the intention that they've put into this superfood company, it ripples through all of us. So at this point, we have an incredible product line that includes athletic products and kids products and cleansing and weight loss and just nutrifying our bodies. And when I was about 4 years ago, I was looking to do a cleanse and lose some weight and tone up and just get my energy back and get out of a cycle of eating crappy food that I knew wasn't good for me, but like was somewhat addicted to anyway. And at the same time, I had been month to month hustle in the San Francisco Bay Area, driving for Lyft and Uber and working for Instacart and working at events and festivals, but like not getting paid very much for that, doing my art, but not getting paid very much for that. And just like on this month to month hustle of not really knowing exactly how I'm going to pay my bills the next month. And that's stressful. And I handle it well. I roll with the punches, you know, but like it definitely like gave me this low level stress of like, how am I going to survive? And as I started getting into my late 20s, I'm 35 now, I just realized like, this is not how I want to live my life. And if I'm going to start a family someday, which I want to, like, I want to be solid. I want to be stable. I want to have a good savings. I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to be able to travel together and world school my kids. And I want to be able to, beyond my own family, make a positive impact on the world. I want to be able to fund projects that I believe in that are making this world a better place, become a philanthropist. And then beyond that, I want to raise an army of philanthropists. I want all of us who have this vision for creating healing sanctuaries and community spaces, or to protect sacred land, or to fund the arts, or, you know, arts education for underprivileged children that don't have access to it, underserved communities. Like, I want to help all of us that have these visions to gain the economic power so that we can have an impact in the world. And so I'm thinking about all of these things. Meanwhile, like month to month hustle in the Bay, I'm like, what can do this? Like, I started looking at how are people making money. And what I saw all these people online, like, oh yeah, I travel, I work from my phone. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, I want to do that. So I found like, okay, well, some people are just like independently wealthy. Okay, that's not me. All love if you are, that's cool, but that's not where I come from. I come from a working class family of people who are amazing and doing cool stuff, but like weren't rich at all. And I, you know, I went through my journey of like, oh, money's bad or whatever, but I've gotten to a place where I'm like, no, money's not bad. Money's just like a symbol of energy. And I want to be able to contribute my energy to the world and to have an abundant life, right? So I've done that work. So then I started seeing this thing called network marketing, direct sales, social sharing. And I started seeing all of these things like Uber and Lyft and these apps in the social sharing economy that were basically cutting out the middleman and like connecting people directly together and then paying people who are doing the work, right? And I had been doing Lyft and Uber, and I was like, that's cool, but I'm still trading my dollars per hours. Like, I still have to like show up and get paid that dollar, and then the schedule's flexible, that's cool, but like it's still just not quite the level of wealth I'm wanting to generate. So then I started looking at like, what else? So I saw, okay, network marketing. It's this thing that used to be called MLM, that like, oh, I've heard about that. Isn't that some sort of like pyramid scheme thing? And like, I started looking at, what does that even mean? Like, because in my view, the US economy is a pyramid scheme. Like, all the top 1/10 of 1% is holding like 97% of the wealth. And like, if you look at like Whole Foods, for example, like there's one CEO at the top and there's like hundreds of thousands or millions of people working at the registers. How likely is it that one of those register people could become the CEO? There's only one spot. Like, that looks like a pyramid to me. But I started looking at what network marketing is, and I saw that it's actually a system that divides wealth among people who actually are doing the work, and that anybody who does it, depending on how much work they put into it, can rise in their sovereignty and their abundance. Like, there's no cap. It's not like there's only one point position at the top. Like, anybody can rise up and create their own abundance based on how hard they work. And but I was like, but why do people not like this or whatever? I was like, why is that? And what I saw is that there are a lot of companies out there that do it wrong. The business model is cool, but they advocate for people to like spam and just like turn into like a robot, and like, and then people are like, oh, now my friend's just trying to sell me shit. Like, we've all had that experience on social media where we're like, oh great, like, you used to message me because you cared about me, but now you're just like trying to sell me something. And like, what I realized is that you don't have to do it that way. If you have a product line or something that's really affecting your life, like when I ended up getting the cleanse and starting to do it, it helped me so much. I lost 14 pounds. I toned up. I stopped being addicted to ice cream. I like I felt better in my body. I was like, this is for real. Like, this helps people and I want to help people. And so if you have a product line that you feel authentically helps people, and then you learn how to talk about it in a way that's inspiring, and you learn how to ask permission to share, then I realized that this model of network marketing is actually amazing when you utilize respectful communication techniques. When you're not spamming people, when you're using consent culture, authentic story-based storytelling, servant leadership, all these things. So I found that Purium was teaching this exact model, and a lot of companies weren't. And so I was like, this is what's up. I can do this. So I listened to the person who brought me into it and who became my mentor. And I said, what do I do? And she's like, just start telling your story on social media. We have a little guide that you can write, like what's important to you and like what was hard about your life and what you're seeking to change. And when you tell those stories, you don't even have to pitch at the end, like, oh, if you're interested, let me know. Like, you don't even have to say that. People know if they're interested, they can let you know. Just tell your story, and then the people will start to comment and like the posts, or if you're talking in person, you can see people's reactions, and then you can start private conversations with them. So I started doing that, and in my first month, I was able to help 40 people get this package of products to improve their life and to start their own businesses. And I was able to eclipse the other incomes that I was making in that first month. And I was able to let go of my Lyft and Uber driving that month and stay home in the woods in Santa Cruz, is where I was living at the time. And I really loved it. And so I dug in and I started contacting all the athletes I knew, all the personal trainers, all the yoga teachers, and then also just anyone who had the entrepreneurial spirit or bone in their body, who just like felt like they wanted to create their own livelihood and their own sense of economic sovereignty in their life. And so I started doing that, and I partnered with a lot of great people. It's been 4 years now. This is now my full-time income. I'm making more with this than anything I've ever made in my life. This is my office right here. And anywhere I have this, I can work. And my work is helping people transform their lives, their bodies, their emotions, their finances, their entire life. And together, as we generate more income than we need to live on our own, we can start supporting all those projects to change the world and make this world a better place, and raise that army of philanthropists to engage. So it takes work. Definitely takes work. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You can get rich with it. It might be slow, it might be faster, but regardless of time, what it takes is consistent energy, focus, just like starting any business would. So anybody, no matter what your race, class, gender, economic status, educational status, everyone has the same ability to apply themselves and be successful. I call it the great economic influence, or the great economic equalizer. I also like to say it's financial permaculture, because it's mutually beneficial. When you join me, then you benefit by me teaching you how to do it and me plugging in with the system, and then I benefit by everything you do. It's like, imagine if you shared your Uber code and you got paid 20% of every person who took an Uber using your code forever on every Uber they ever took. And then imagine if that person shared their Uber code and you make 5% on every person that person shared with and every ride they take forever. That's basically how this works for 8 generations. So I benefit off what you do, you benefit off what I do. It's a mutually beneficial system where everyone wins. And I believe that this is the kind of economic model that is already changing our world and will continue to help us build a more equitable, beautiful, sustainable, just, peaceful, and abundant life for everyone who wants to engage. So I'm all about it. It's been one of the greatest blessings in my life. And I'm grateful for you for spending some time to listen to my story and to being here and co-creating this together. So that's about what I got to say right now, although I could probably wax poetic for another hour about this stuff, but I'll share about that much and just say, Ashley, it's been absolutely inspiring to be on this journey with you in these last years, and to watch us go from like, oh my God, like maybe there's 5 people who will like get this rest, to now we have organizations of thousands, literally thousands of people who found it through us, or people who found it through them, or them, or them, or them, in this beautiful fractal duplicating system of education and business that we're involved with. So I'm all about it. I'm going to hand it back over to you now.
I love it so much. Thank you, Tala, for just sharing your story with us, and so eloquently, and like your mission and vision is so inspiring. I want to just take a moment and pause here. if you were feeling, I felt it in my whole body, but if you were feeling what Tala was saying, like, let's drop an 8 in the comments. I like this number. Let's get infinite with
You
it.
know, 8 is my number. I was born on the 8th.
Is
Like,
it?
yeah.
Ooh, zing. That's it right there, y'all. That is when, like, that's what I like to call alignment. And so many people that I see come into this, it's as Tala was saying, it's like as if he had the vision first of what he wanted, and then Purium showed up as the thing to get him there, as the vehicle. And that was exactly my story too. I was actively seeking this out when I came across just Sarah Rhinelander, one of the top income earners in the company, just sharing on social media her story. And I was like, you're living my dream. What are you doing? How did you do it? So really beautiful. So for those of you that, you're resonating with this, I'm going to give you just a quick overview of how you could tap into this magic, how you could start to grow your own little business right now. Start sharing with people and maybe receive some of that income back that you've lost, and replace it with this that's very, very accessible here. And I'm just going to tell you how that works. So normally this business, as Tala was saying, what we do is we share a code. We share an affiliate code. So if you join us, you're going to get to create a customized code, your own little thing. Mine's Home in the Hive, the name of my business. So I share that code with people. Like, yeah, you want to get some CBD? Who doesn't need some CBD? You want to get some superfoods? Check out this stuff that I love. People go, they get $50 off whatever they buy, which is huge. They get $50 off or a 25% discount, whichever is greater. So they'll put in your code, they get that stuff. The following Friday, you get direct deposit, a 20 to 25% commission on the dollar amount that people are spending the next Friday. So super easy, super simple system. We have all the tools that you need to share. You can invite people to just come to this call and check out what's going on. There's tons of easy things for you to just plug into and share with people. And then what Tala was saying about this being financial permaculture, it's the exact same analogy I love to use. It's like you can garden on your own in your backyard, or you could invite a couple friends to garden with you and start a community garden. At the end of the summer, if you do a community garden, you'll have a way bigger, way more harvest because there's more of you, and you'll have like a way bigger feast all together. Same thing here. So you share your gift card code with people, they might become a happy customer. Great, you're going to earn 20% commission on whatever they're ordering for life. They might also be like, wow, I need some extra income or a lot of extra income. I want to do this with you. Let's do our community garden together. They get their gift card codes. You're going to support them to share that. It's like, okay, here's how you plant your seeds. So when they start getting a harvest, you get to earn a 5% commission on the gift card codes they're sharing. So I've been able to reach and impact so many more lives than I ever would have been able to on my own, and while also like getting paid really well. So we really believe in paying people really well to do good work. We are about paying people really well to do good work. So if you feel like, hey, I am passionate about helping this planet, I'm passionate about helping people, we want to pay you to do that, because we know that the people who have a heart to help themselves and to help others are the people who are going to do good things with their money. Just as Tala was saying, we want people who are going to go out there and provide, art education and agriculture education and help the world to shift out of the real pyramid, scheme of like this corporate America. And we have the power to do that with this. So there's normally this business to tap into this. We let people get all your gift card codes, your own Shopify website, customer service, an amazing product line, all of this incredible stuff. Normally it's like $200, $199 for your own business, free enterprise, right? Right now, because of everything going on in the world, so many people really needing economic support and solutions, Dave and Amy have taken our 3 most popular product packs, our 2 most popular product packs, and they're offering the business for free with those right now. So what I recommend everybody take a look at is our flagship product pack with like the best of everything that you want to experience from Purium, and it's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. somebody can drop in the comments here our website so you can check out what those products are. Tala is a step ahead of me, brothers, on it. Check out the link that Tala just dropped in the comments, or reach out to the person that invited you here and say, hey, let me get that link. Reach out to the person that invited you here for that gift card code so that you'll get a discount on your package, and you can also get your own business, get your codes for free right now with that pack. You can see everything that's in there. And then I want to answer this question real quick, and I am down. I want to keep this to half hour. We got a couple minutes left. I'm down to hang out and ask questions. I see some hand raised. I see some questions coming through. So Ellie or L, however you pronounce it, they do not have to use the code each purchase. This is the beauty of this. This is how you make money when you sleep. And this is what I was seeking. Being a gardener myself, I was like, I don't want to plant tomatoes anymore. I want to plant some trees. I have to keep planting these tomato plants every year. Got to plant new tomatoes every year, but a tree stays, and a tree just roots, and then it produces fruit each year, and you don't have to plant it again. That is making passive income. So the way that works is you share your code with someone. Obviously there's a conversation there. There's some sharing involved. Maybe you share on social media. That's how I've built my whole business. They go and they use your code. You get that commission, but now what happens is every single time they log in, they go order more products because they fall in love with what we have to offer. They go and order, and you might be on vacation, you might be sleeping, they go order, boom, 20% commission comes to you every single time. This is how I was able to take like a year and a half off from working my business and have another baby. And I was still getting paid every single month from Purium. Really well too, because I built a permaculture garden and was able to just go out and like harvest the fruit from my fruit trees that I, was still obviously like supporting. And, you have to water things. You can't just like walk away completely, but that's the whole idea here. So yeah, we've got a really simple system. You can just plug people into all that good, beautiful stuff. So we are at the top of our half hour. If this is feeling exciting for you, and also you are in a position right now of, I need to make money like now. I lost my job. I'm in a position where I'm not sure. I'm going to get real here. I know people are reaching out to me right now and they're like, I don't actually know how we're going to go buy groceries for our family. That's real. That's where I felt like I was when I found Purium 4 years ago. I was like, I'm like on food stamps. I'm like, okay. Purium has a really beautiful heart-centered compensation plan, and they've created a specific program in their compensation plan that is active in your first 90 days of being a brand partner, or your first 60 days, and get back again to the person who, invited you here so they can go over all this with you. But I just want you to know that that's available for you to make a lot of money in bonuses and in these extra incentives and commissions for people who are like, I need to go fast. I need to do this now. So we have that. If you're looking for that, definitely tell the person who invited you here, like, I want to do this. How do I do that fast? Go fast thing. So I can, do this quickly. And just so you know, we're here to support you. Tala, myself, other leaders in this company. The company pays us also really well as leaders beyond our own organization so that we can show up and provide this type of support for other people. So reach out to us if you need help, need support, have any other, specific questions. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here, and thank you guys so much for being here and like providing your time and energy. Really, really appreciate it. And feel free to, we'll post this recording. Feel free to share it with anybody that you think, might resonate with this as well. We're definitely here to support you.